Hello everyone, it's Melissa and I am back with another share. Today I am going to be sharing or documenting my visit with my sweet friend Shelly, who I met on YouTube. And so I thought I'd walk you through a little bit. This is more of like a pocket style page. And so obviously going to be documenting it and also filming it differently than I would be a regular process video. So I always start off when I'm doing a pocket page, and I've got a lot of photos and stuff to talk about. I always start off by picking a base cardstock, and in this instance I picked a burgundy from my stash. I started with a Project Life card from the Allie Edwards My Kids, the Stories by the Month, and it just says time with you, and I use my typewriter to document. I'll read it later in the video, but just a little bit of stuff. And then I went ahead and printed my photos. This is a Becky Higgins Studio Design G, which at some point I had modified and cut off the top for whatever reason. I needed it for something. And so I just used my fuse tool right up here to seal this pocket. And so this one opens here, this one opens here, and this one opens here as well. And so I have a front and a back, and I have just started pulling things, thinking about what I want to use, what stamps I want to use, stickers and whatnot. And I won't be pulling from my product jar when I usually never do when I do pocket scrapbooking, because it really makes it difficult for me to utilize my product because I'm trying to tell a story on, little spaces. And so I always use stamps. That's always a given. But as far as other things, I just kind of keep it with, just my little embellishments and, just trying to document as best as possible. And so, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I thought I'd talk you through the first half of this, and then I will go ahead and put you on fast forward and talk you through the rest, and I'll be back at the end. Okay. Okay, so to begin with, I'm going to start with this bottom pocket, and I pull out from close to my heart a stamp set called Adventure. I know it's not available anymore, but yeah, just the stamps I used, and actually I used them all for this project. I have a clear Mambi sticker, and it says, I have found the one. And I know it's hard to read on, the screen here, but it's actually, when it's on the picture, it's very readable. So anyway, wanting to document how we were, sightseeing and souvenir shopping, and Andy put on this fur hat, and he was like, this is it. I found my souvenir. And of course we laughed because, he does not need a fur hat in Texas. So, yeah, I'm, again, starting off by using that stamp set, and I'm going to use my Onyx Black Versamark ink and my Stamp-A-Majig, my Misty, and I'm going to stamp Seeing the Sights and also a star from the stamp set. And so while I'm doing that, I will just tell you that this was an amazing time. Now, I talked about in the first part of the video, the journaling that I was going to talk about, but, again, if someone had ever told me that I would meet somebody and be such great friends with somebody that I met on YouTube, I would just probably laugh in their face. But it in fact happened, and I couldn't be happier. We text almost every single day and, talk about problems and this and that. And it's just nice to have somebody in your life that you can have as a confidant and someone to share your life with. So yeah, she pretty much knows, I don't want to say all there is to know about me, but quite a bit. So, and in fact, we have been together 5 years ago. We were we went on vacation, and we vacationed in Texas. So we met up with them for a weekend at a resort. So that was fun. The kids could play and stuff. So, okay. So I'm adding that sticker. Also, I'm going to add a acrylic speech bubble with a heart in it. And my journaling on that card is going to say, "This hat," in quotations, "souvenir shop in Grand Haven." And we were in Grand Rapids at the Amway Grand Plaza. And like I mentioned in the first part of the video, the title card, "Time with You," was from an Allie Edwards Story by the Month. I also used a hello piece of chipboard on the Seeing the Sights card and my tiny attacher. All the chipboard that I used on this spread is from the Stories by the Month Club. And I highly recommend it. If you haven't ever checked it out, I would totally recommend it. I use it so much. I love it. And so, yeah, you see now that pocket is done. And so I'm going to move on to the top, and that is a picture of Shelly and I, excuse me, in the hotel in front of the fountain. And I just cut out from some more stickers from the Stories by the Month Club, and Moments, So Lucky, and Favorites. And I used a chipboard from Freckled Fawn that says "A Crazy Friendship," and in fact, it is this is somebody I befriended and became very close friends with very quickly, who I never even met. So we just connected and started chatting every day, and it's just, I'm very grateful for it. And so while I'm working on this, I'll go ahead and read my journaling. It says, to say we have waited for this day for a long time would be an understatement. Excuse me. It's been 5 long years since we have seen each other last and were able to spend some time together. No one could have ever told me that I would one day meet somebody that I would call one of my dearest friends on YouTube. But yes, that's in fact what happened, and I'm grateful every day for this friendship. Shelly and Andy were able to hang out in Michigan with us for a few days before heading to Indiana, and we so enjoyed their company. Seeing the sights and tooling around the lakefront, we had a great visit, made a promise to each other that we wouldn't let another 5 years go by before we were together again. Hashtag love them. And yeah, we just had a super great time, you guys. And so you see here, I've moved on to another pocket, and I am using a piece of Allie chipboard. It says "Right Now." I'm going to glue it down and then use my tiny attacher. And also at the bottom right of the photo is an umbrella piece of chipboard. It was significant because for most of their visit it was stormy. And also a remember piece of chipboard, and that I want to say is from Jelly Bean Soup. On the bottom there, I used a Amy Tan, really old, super old, puffy camera, which if most of you should remember, and then the words "Together" and "Smile." And those again were both from the Jelly Bean Soup, those words stickers there on the side. And this layout came together very quick. Like most of my pocket layouts, I work one little section at a time. Consider them each layouts in their own. So, I'm never really concerned too much with everything matching and, working together. I just wanted to make sense, of course, and, have a nice flow. But yeah, even when I'm vacationing, when I'm scrapbooking vacation pictures, I do it the same way. Start with my base, cut down and put into my pockets, and then just start adding my photos. And it makes for a very quick process. And so I'm done here with the front half. I'm going to put everything away and move on to the back. And what you see me doing there, this comes off super easy because I just lightly tacked those photos down to the cardstock in the beginning, just so I knew kind of where everything was going to go and it wasn't floating around in those pockets. And yeah, so moving on to the back side. And before I forget, if you aren't subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. I'd love more subscribers. And I'll put the links to my social media in the description box below. Over on Instagram and Facebook, I would love to have you come follow me there and see what's going on. And I do a lot more than post just crafty updates. So moving on to the back side, I've printed my journaling as always on my typewriter, and that top photo is of us at the lakefront. You can see how foggy excuse me, cloudy and misty it was at the beach. And in the distance there is a lighthouse. And I used the stamp set again from Close to My Heart, and I just used the VersaFine Onyx Black ink and stamped we were here with the arrow. Now moving on to this other pocket, we had went to see a comedian for a fun night out at the local casino here in town, and it's sponsored by Laugh Fest, which is a fun thing that we run in March here in my town. And so from the Mamby stickers, I pulled a $ sticker, clear sticker, which, I mean, in fact, none of us gamble. And so we didn't gamble. It's funny, but we were at a casino. So I thought, you know what? It was fine. It totally made sense. And so the piece of chipboard there is from Freckled Fawn. And it says good feelings because, yeah, of course we were feeling lucky. You know, who wouldn't? You're in a casino. And then next to that, Just Lovely is from the Alley Stories by the Month kit. And it's a piece of chipboard. And I'm going to use my tiny attacher and staple it as well. On that same photo with the $ and Shelly and Andy, I'm also going to put our location, which was at Gun Lake Casino. And now I'm done with that pocket. I'm going to adhere everything down and move on to the next one. Yeah, so this is my first process video regarding pocket scrapbooking. I do Project Life, but I never record it. I always just show kind of what it looks like after the fact and talk you through it. I'm not sure if I'll ever really make it to doing that, only because, I don't know, I just feel like I'm a scatterbrain when it comes to like pocket scrapbooking. I'm all over the place. I don't know. I feel like it would be very long and to edit, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe down the line. So yeah, done with that one. I am going to move on to the bottom pocket now. And so we saw Brad Upton, and so I obviously want to make mention to that. And so what I end up doing is pulling an arrow sticker from my stash, and I'll separate it with my craft knife so that it's got a nice flow. I also used from Lawn Fun the Quinn's ABCs. The font there I cut out in a turquoise, and in the middle of the O I used an emoji sticker, the laughing sticker. It's one of my favorites, but I thought it was cute, and because he was very funny. And then on the other side, on the Brad Upton side of the photo, the goods, or it just says good stuff. That's chipboard from Stories by the Month, and underneath I put his name. And Shelly actually took that picture of Laugh Fest. It was just like one of the signs pointing like as a venue. They have them all over my town, and anywhere they were hosting, comedian or some form of support for Laugh Fest, they had one of these signs out front. So she captured it, and I used it. And so the last pocket is of the four of us at the beach, and the heart on the top says this story. And yeah, we just had such a great time, you guys. And yeah, Shelly took this selfie, and it was finally like there was 10 minutes when it wasn't pouring. So we hopped out of the car quick, ran onto the beach, took a couple of selfies, a couple other pictures, and then ran right back into the car. So, but it was fun with or without the rain. We still had a good time. And so what you saw me there using was some Allie printables from her shop. And I just cut one that said love you. I just cut the love out. And I'm going to use the MFT bottle cap alphas and cut out the word us. And so I did it in a yellow. I'm actually going to put it underneath the word love. And that is going to complete that pocket. And so I will slow it down here at the end and show you some close-ups. But like I mentioned, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, you guys. I would love more subbies. And I would also love for you to follow me over on my Facebook page at Cut It Up Creations, as well as my Instagram account at Cut It Up Creations. Don't come to my personal account because that's really just for my friends and family on Instagram and Facebook. So yeah, come over to my business page. So there's a close-up And I really hope you liked it and you enjoyed the process. We had a wonderful visit and I just love them. So yeah, can't wait to see them again soon. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and you guys have a wonderful week. Bye.